Tim May on three.
Yeah. CJ, describe this kind of day from your vantage point. Obviously, it didn't seem like a big throwing day all the way around, et cetera, with the breeze, et cetera. But obviously, you tried to make Marvin Harrison Jr. a hero a few times. You know, things didn't click, pass interference and stuff. But how would you describe it from your vantage point? Because Ryan Day was saying great quarterbacks just want to get the win, want to get the touchdown.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to give all glory and praise to God. Him, I wouldn't be here. From my perspective, we won. Shit, I don't care. I think their goal as a defense was to not let our pass game win, and so we ran the ball. So, early in the season, I said I was cool with that. It's not just about me, it's about getting wins, it's about other people eating. So, when it's time for me to shine and do my thing, I feel like we'll do that. But I think their main goal was just to stop us on the passing game. And we still kind of had efficiency with that, but they were taking a lot of stuff away and too high coverage and things like that. But just got to be smart with the ball on the one play out of halftime, and then after that, I think we should have a good game.
Was Miyan really feeling it today? What was you're around him a lot. Was he? He had a hell of a day.
Definitely one of my best friends on the team, so it's just good. It's really inspiring to see him have a good game like that. All the stuff he's been through, all the stuff he's still going through out of his day, all the work he puts in, and just how focused he remains. So it's kind of cool to see his work pay off.
Over to the left, Cameron T. Robinson, the Athletic.
CJ, you mentioned obviously you just want to win games. You mentioned they took away the pass today. You guys were able to run the ball. How important is a game like this today, going down the road, knowing that hey, if they want to try to take you and your receivers away, you can lean on Miyan and things like that.
Right. I definitely think that's something that we need, just because we are pretty dynamic on the outside, and I think we do a great job on the inside protecting. I definitely think that maybe other teams will try, but we can run the ball that good and connect on some of the plays like we were doing in the pass game, and it'll be a recipe for a win and success. So I definitely think that we'll continue to get better and better. Just got to clean up some things on the offensive side, just like pass pro, and me just with my read, seeing 1 or 2 line, things like that. But they did some things on film we didn't think they were going to do, so just got to be prepared for everything. But I think we'll continue to be great.
Over to the right here, Nathan Barrett, Cleveland.com.
Since you brought it up, can you kind of walk us through that first play of the second half? And is that an example of where they did something that you weren't expecting?
Nah, they just went to plain old cover 2, nickel carry. I thought I could fit it over his head and make a tight throw. You got to be smarter. With their safeties, when they run their cover 2, they get so much depth that they kind of take away that and the whole shot, just because when he sees the ball, that's when he reacts. So I tried to just fit it over the top. Could have made a better throw. Mac ran a good route. The nickel carry, so I should have just checked it down. And that cover 2 look, because they just put the whole blanket over the offense. So I just got to be smarter right there. I know that coming into the season, I knew I was going to get a little bit of that. And in the first half, we didn't do everything that we wanted to do. So maybe I just was trying to press a little bit too much. So you got to be smarter.
You've made other throws like that this year, fitting into this type. Is that where you kind of test your own limits in situations like that?
A little bit of both. I'm never going to put this team at risk, I feel, to try something that I don't think I can complete. I know for a fact I can complete that ball. I just got to be a little better. Just got to step into a little more or something. I'm not sure. So, we'll get back to the drawing board, continue to watch film and get better. I think that's definitely just a learning point. The season, everything isn't figured out in any team in America, as you can tell around college football. So, there's nothing wrong with the Buckeyes. We're going to continue to be great.
And we got 2 more questions for CJ over to the far left, Jeremy Birmingham, Rivals.
CJ, did you learn your lesson about trying to celebrate with Dewan after doing a touchdown? Because sort of got knocked over. But for real, in this season, you seem like the receivers have been rotating in and out, a lot of nagging injuries, stuff like that. Is it harder for you to get into a established rhythm during a game if you don't know who's going to be there, or if practices are different, or anything like that?
Not really. I built a good chemistry with everybody. The young guys, they come out whenever we throw routes and stuff like that. So, sometimes we're throwing the ball so efficiently that it's just a big surprise when you're not perfect every Saturday. So I get why maybe the question was asked, but I feel like our rhythm was fine. It's just we didn't get a lot of plays on offense totally. I think maybe we got 50-something, they got 50-something too. So this in college football, it's not a lot of plays getting around like back in the day when it was just spread offense, tempo. So now we just got to be smart with our drives, and we only didn't score on one drive. So if you look at that, that's a really efficient day. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think I can make that. Could have made that throw on that third down too. If I could have stepped into it just a tad bit more. But yeah, I definitely think that we'll continue to get better. I mean, that's at the end of the day. When you look at games like this, like what can you learn from? You can always learn from something in the game. So I mean, we'll continue to have great rhythm, and I mean, I think both run and pass has been great. So we'll continue to build.
And final question over here to the right, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
CJ, how hard is it for you in games where teams are really sort of focused on taking away the pass and being sort of that deep stuff?
I mean, it's not necessarily too hard. I mean, at the end of the day, as a quarterback, you just want to win. So, I mean, I'm not in it for my personal stats or nothing like that. It's not about me, it's about this team. There's so many great people on this team that have decided to come play at this great university, and it would be selfish of me just to do things that are unordinary or just dumb to put the team at risk. So I think just being smart is definitely just, I mean, I think that we just want to win. So, I mean, that means that I don't throw for a lot of yards, I don't throw for a lot of touchdowns, I can really care less. I'm here to win. So, but I definitely think we get more possessions. Then maybe we do a little bit more, but at the end of the day, I'm blessed to be here.
It was the breeze a factor at all?
No. The breeze,
Yeah.
I mean, y'all felt it was nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like,
It just seemed like a couple of passes on both sides kind of sailed a couple times.
none of my throws sail, I feel.
Gotcha.
I just missed it. It is what it is.
CJ, thank you very much.
Makes sense.
First of all, props to Mike Bassford for getting everybody up here. He works his tail off downstairs, and I really appreciate that. All right, next up front here, we're going to open up questions for Miyan Williams. Over to the right, Dylan Davis, Delaware Gazette.
When did you become aware of that touchdown record and what kind of approaching it? Did you know that at any point during the game?
I actually did. They didn't tell me until after I scored the last one. That's when I found out.
And I know that you and Trey came with some split carries, but how good is it to be that guy to get more of a feature role?
It's just a blessing. Just want to give a big shout out to the O-line, tight ends, and wide receivers for making that happen for me.
Over to the left, Cameron T. Robinson, The Athletic.
One, when did you realize, when did you find out Travion wasn't playing? And two, when you found out, or I guess not even that, when did you feel like you were getting into a groove? I mean, it seemed like you were running through people and by people off.
It was, I think like during the first drive, I think it was like after the first touchdown I had, I was like, okay, we got to keep this ball rolling. And I just told the offense, like, we just got to keep going.
When did you find out Travion wasn't playing?
I think it was right before the game.
Over here to the right, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
When that happened, when did you feel a jolt of energy knowing it was going to be you? And also, the guys that you tied, Keith Johnson and Keith Myers, were legendary players. What does it mean to be in their company?
It wasn't like a joy energy. I just told him, like, look in his eyes, like I told Trey, like, I got you today. I mean, it's a blessing just to be like just up there with them names. Like those are legends here. So yeah, it's definitely a blessing.
Over right next door, Tim May,
Mike, take
on
us.
3, the Tim May podcast.
Yeah, there you go. What do you think about that, Mike? Mike, what's it like though? We'll hand off, all of a sudden you look up, just green in front of you. Take us through that play, because that really kind of puts your day over the top.
Like when I broke and I just seen like green grass, I was just running. I was just telling myself like, don't get caught. So I just kept running.
Yeah. And how important is it to get one of those? Excuse me.
I mean, it's not really important. It's just like it's a blessing. It's just a blessing to have one, have to break one. So, yeah.
Over here to the right, Austin Ward, Rivals, 97.1 The Fan.
Mine, I could look it up, but I think it might be easier to just ask you. Did you have games like this in high school, 5 touchdown game, more? Or is this you did?
The most I scored in high school was 6 touchdowns in the game.
Did you think that you would ever have one of these once you got to the next level? Would you do that again?
I never would have thought. Never would have thought I would have had a game like this.
Do you have to come up with other touchdown celebrations, get more creative?
I don't think so.
You're in the Ohio State record book now, though. What does that mean to you?
It's just a blessing, man. I just give out glory to God.
Over here to the far left, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
It seemed like all of your touchdowns came just a few yards away with the 70-yard run. Did you think you were going to get caught? It looked like you were high stepping a little bit, trying to get away from that.
I was actually, once I was running, I didn't feel like I was going to get caught, but I was just, like, it was just in the back of the head, like just don't get caught. Just telling myself that.
Can you kind of walk us through that play a little bit? How did that unfold? And when did you see the hole open up? And once you saw it, did you just know that you were gone?
I mean, I ran, and then the safety had blitzed, but I made him miss. So like after that, like wasn't nobody else in front of me. So I just ran.
And last question for Miyan up here in the front, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Can you sort of describe for us this, what you're seeing on the field from this offensive line and the tight ends and receivers in front of you, and just what they're doing right now to propel this run game?
Just rocking off the ball and really taking their man and just driving them. So they're just doing a good job firming them up, just blocking.
Great. Miyan, thank you very much. Congratulations on a great game.
Thank you.
Mine.
Good, yeah. Okay, we're good at the front podium.